Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer and welcome to your daily silver stacking video. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my first video of 2022 posted on this channel. Since that is so, please make sure you like the video and leave a comment, especially when we're talking about this topic that I'm bringing to light. Yes, it's controversial, but yes, we also need to discuss it. Why? Because it affects us. We're talking about local coin shops. See, local coin shops are stuck in a very sticky situation right now. And that's because they go by spot price. See, local coin shops are detached from the online business of silver stacking. So here's an example of why this is such a messy situation. Let's say I have two American Eagles. I sell one online and one to my local coin shop. If I sold my American Eagle online right now, I could probably sell it for $40, $45, even $50 on Amazon. If I went to my local coin shop and sold it, he's gonna pay maybe a $2, $3 premium. So one place I would be getting around $25 an ounce, and the other place I could be getting $40, $45, $50 an ounce. So which place do you think I'm going to sell to? Local coin shops go by spot price, but the physical price of silver is becoming detached from spot price. So what are local coin shops going to do? And how could they gauge if they do start to adjust with the premiums? How can they gauge what they're going to pay you for? See, the thing is with a in-store business is they have a measure to go by, right? They have a measure of spot price. So it's very easy for them to sell. Whatever spot price is, throw them a couple dollars above or below, whether they're buying or selling, and they can go by it. But nowadays, silver is becoming so scarce that it's almost more of a bartering type of situation, but in the sense of scarcity, in the sense of mintage numbers, in the sense of wherever you're located. So I definitely see this situation becoming more messy. They have been, and the worst part about this is the increasing gap between spot price and the premium has escalated tenfold within just a couple of years. See, if this was a slower process, they could have adapted, but it went from American Eagles being all, sold for $2, $3 over spot to literally overnight $10, $15 premiums. So people are getting their heads ripped off selling to their local coin shop because they could be getting double the money, literally double the money if they sell those coins at the right sites online. But you could flip this scenario and you could buy silver at your local coin shop for a lot cheaper than you could online. If you're someone that does want Eagles, but you see that they're going for $40, $45 on APMEX, then buy them at your local coin shop for a couple dollars over spot. So it's a double-edged sword. When you're buying from your local coin shop, you can get great deals, but when you're selling, you're going to get your head ripped off. But remember, local coin shops, their main inventory comes from people selling to them. So if people start to catch on to this and stop selling to them, they're going to run low. And they don't buy from APMEX in these places. Their source relies on people coming in and selling. Now, a lot of it is jewelry, earrings, necklaces, pawning and stuff, but that still is going to be going by some type of measurement between spot price. Gold, it's not scarce. So there's no premiums on gold. We're talking about silver in this situation. And the worst part is a lot of people don't even know about spot price. Most people that go to local coin shops, they're just pawning something that their grandma gave them, a couple of years ago, or they're pawning their wedding ring after that divorce. They don't know what spot price is. It's only real silver stackers, but the people that are real silver stackers are aware that if you sell that American Eagle for a couple dollars over spot, you're ripping your head off. They're unintentionally ripping you off. I love local coin shops. I've interviewed the owner of my local coin shop several different times on this channel. It's a beautiful, both All three interviews actually are really good, right? I get a lot of insight, a lot of knowledge. Building relationships is very important at your local coin shop. I mean, you got to think about it. This guy has been stacking probably 5-6 times longer than you, and he's turned his stack into a business. That's what we're going to be doing eventually too. You got to think about that. We're buying all these coins, but one day we're going to have to sell them. And if you have a lot of silver, hundreds if not thousands of ounces, you're going to be turning yourself into a business. Think about it. You think you're just going to walk into your local coin shop, dump all your silver on the table, and just cash out in 15 minutes? No, that's not how it works. You're going to have to sell some coins here. I mean, especially if you have a diverse supply. You never want to sell all your silver at one place. APMEX might have the best prices for and this goes with buying as well. APMEX might have the best prices for pandas. Provident Metals might have the best prices for kookaburras. JM Bullion might have the best prices for junk silver or koalas or whatever, the Queen's Beast series. But maybe your local coin shop has the best prices for, yada yada. Before I even buy a coin, I'm looking how I'm going to sell it, but I'm also looking at which place has the cheapest price. There's no Walmart for silver stacking. You never want to buy all your silver at one place because there's deals out there, signing up for newsletters, but picking their brains, building relationships. The owner of my local coin shop, he sets aside walking liberties for me because he knows I love walking liberties. So he sets them aside so he knows every time I come in, he'll have them in stock. And sometimes you got to think that's going to be your potential customer one day as well, which building that bond relationship could definitely come back around and help you. But the most important thing is he's where you're going to be. So if you can pick his brain and ask him questions regarding, starting to sell or what he's done or what he's learned or his thoughts, that could be the difference between breaking even and making a lot of money. So on that note, we have a lot to put on the table here. There's another thing that I also really have to mention right now before we get deeper into the video. There is a massive difference between pawn shops and coin shops. Go try to take an American Eagle to your pawn shop. He'll offer you $4 or $5. And yes, that's legal. Pawn shops don't go by spot price. Pawn shops, spot price doesn't exist. They'll buy that coin as some type of they'll look at it more as like a numismatic, like a collector type thing. They don't go by spot price. And imagine all the people that go in there selling silver, not understanding that pawn shops and coin shops are completely different. Coin shops at least go by spot price. Even if they're not going to pay you the premium that you can get online, at least you're getting spot. But pawn shops, no. You're going to get your head ripped off. Stay away. There is a big difference. So I really just want, and that's another reason why I make this video, is I want people to know that there's options. And even comparing coin shops, there's options. I have 2 coin shops near me. One is more of the silver is silver. Doesn't care how pretty or cool the coin is. He's buying the 1 ounce inside of that coin. Doesn't care about if the design changes every year. Doesn't care how fancy it looks. He's buying the metal because he's investing in the silver, the metal. He doesn't care. He's not a collector. He's a silver stacker, a true hardcore silver stacker. He's buying the metal. That's all he cares about is many ounces of silver, whether it has a cool design, whether it's colored. He doesn't care. The other coin shop is the opposite. He has a lot of collectible coins. You could tell he's more into older dated coins, slabbed coins. He has a lot of lower mintage stuff. So that guy would be the place you would sell your high premium silver to, your semi-numismatic silver. You would never want to take a panda to the first local coin shop because he's going to offer you the same price as an American Eagle. I would be like, well, I paid way more money for this panda. He's going to say, I don't care. I'm buying the 1 ounce inside of it. I don't care how pretty that coin is. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how fancy it is. I don't care where. That's a game changer. Imagine someone that doesn't know that and they paid $40 an ounce for these pandas, and I'm talking about, back before these premiums, paying $40 an ounce, and they go to sell to the first local coin shop, and they get only a couple dollars over spot. They would have taken a massive loss. I'm not talking about breaking even. I'm talking about hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in losses depending on how much silver they sold. But this is why people need to watch YouTube videos, because let's say someone never saw this video, but they didn't know that information. They would be screwed. But at least if someone didn't know this information and they saw this video, at least now they have the choice, they have the option, they have the knowledge to figure out what best fits them. I don't ever want anyone to get their head ripped off just from lack of knowledge, because there's plenty of knowledge all over YouTube, right? Just because you're buying silver doesn't mean you're going to get rich. Doesn't mean you're going to break even. Any investment's risky. And as long as you're buying and holding, at the end of the day, you're going to do all right. And as long as you're buying what you like, you'll never make a bad decision. But just please remember, silver's true value is much greater than any amount of dollars. No amount of dollars can equal or equate to even 1 ounce of silver. Literally. Think about it. What can $20 buy you today? Right? A gallon of gas and, maybe Starbucks and, what else? Probably about it. But 1 ounce of silver, think how beneficial that is. Think how valuable that is. So get a gallon of gas, how many miles can that take you? And then get a Starbucks coffee in your left hand, and then hold a 1 ounce silver coin in your right hand. Tell me which is more valuable. We could even do that with $100. What can $100 get you today? Maybe fill your tank up, that's probably like $35, $40. And then, you have $60 left over that can get you like a nice dinner from somewhere, and that's about it. So put that in perspective, and then hold a 1 ounce silver coin in your right hand and ask me what's more valuable. If you look at it like that, you can really start to understand that, and especially knowing that $20 in 10 years, 15 years from now, what it can buy you, that $100 in 10, 15, 20 years from now, what that can buy you will be completely, and I mean completely, brushed away. Nowadays, that $20 can get you a gallon of gas, or the gallon of gas in Starbucks, but in 15 years, that $20 will be worth about $2 today. But guess what? That 1 ounce silver coin in your right hand will still be 1 ounce. I mean, unless there's corrosion, right? 1 ounce of silver will always have 1 ounce of silver inside of it, regardless of who says what that coin is worth what, because it's the 1 ounce of silver inside of it, not the price tag attached to it. And the sooner you understand that, the quicker you will start to understand silver's true value and the true value of a dollar. But going off of that, reverting this back to local coin shops, that is why it's so important to understand that when you are buying, selling, trading, even holding, there are different options out there, whether it's online, whether it's eBay, whether it's Etsy, whether it's Instagram selling, right? Whether it's trading, whether it's going to your local coin shop, whether it's whatever the case is, there's always going to be riskier and better options. And when it comes to buying, you can't really make there's no wrong way to buy, because at least you're putting fake money into real money, but there is a wrong way to sell. That's the only time you can make a mistake in silver selling, in silver stacking, is when you sell, right? I don't care if you buy, because you're putting fake money into real money. Even if you get ripped off, at least you still have real money. So yes, you got ripped off, but it still is a win, because no matter how many fiat dollars you throw at an ounce of silver, that's still a better deal. But when you sell, you can make mistakes. And selling is a very tricky thing. Let's look back to the local coin shop situation. Like I said, if I sold an American Eagle for a couple dollars over spot when I could have sold it for $50 on Amazon, and when I say that, I'm being literal. Go on Amazon, type in American Eagles. People are buying them for $50 on Amazon like hotcakes. Not $45, $50. People are buying American Eagles for $50, and they're selling like hotcakes, even though they could walk 2 miles down the street to their local coin shop and buy that same coin for $23. That's just the lack of experience, the lack of education. We're in a very unique time. But since that is happening, are local coin shops going to continue to do this? What are they going to do when it comes in terms to selling more than buying? More than buying. Selling is really where local coin shops are going to be in a sticky situation when it comes to selling, because they know that there is a premium. But will they continue to go by this spot price and basically just rip people's heads off? And let's say they didn't. let's say they did try to fix this premium, would they be able to keep their doors open? Would they? They're going to be in a very sticky situation, and I'm curious what local coin shop owners would say if they're aware of this, because a lot of coin shop owners aren't. They don't watch YouTube videos. They're not on AppMex. They don't care about that stuff. They focus on their business in person, looking at spot price, and they come in and they go off spot price. They're not. A lot of times they're not up to date with the online community. So if they are aware, or when they do become aware, what are they going to do? Are they going to adjust their own prices and take losses just because the other, the world is doing differently? Because they would lose a lot of sales if people start to catch on that they could be making a lot more money selling online. Before, I would tell people, sell your bullion to your local coin shop, sell your high premium silver, aka semi-numismatic silver, online. But nowadays, American Eagles are considered high premium silver, so I can't even recommend selling your American Eagles to your local coin shop. Nowadays, even generics, you can get a pretty penny for selling generics online than you could your local coin shop. So when it comes to selling, it's almost like we're entering this new era where if you sell online, you're guaranteed to get a pretty penny for your premium. And especially for someone that bought all this silver before the premiums were high. I mean, nowadays, look, anyone who's buying online, it's going to be hard to break even if you sell at spot price because you're buying at $40+. But if you're someone that bought silver at, $11 in March 2020, or, the $15 for the average price of silver for the last 10 years has been $15. So if you're someone that's been buying lots of silver for the last decade at this cheap price, and you're looking now that you could sell all that silver on eBay for $40, $45, you are nearly tripling your money. People said that silver wouldn't hit $50 by the end of 2021. Well, it did. Not spot price, but to buy a physical ounce of silver, a lot of people are paying $50. So were those people wrong? No, it wasn't the way that people thought it would be when we're talking about the price. But anyways, yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting situation. Maybe I can go into my local coin shop and bring this up to him and see what he thinks. It's just something that's been on my mind, especially since I like making trips into my local coin shop. I'll still buy, and if anything, I'm going to buy more than ever from there. But local coin shops obviously don't have the same type of silver. They don't have nearly the variety. A lot of times they don't have BU coins. They only have like raw coins because, like I said, their inventory only comes from people that bring silver in. Like the other, probably half a year ago, I brought my local coin shop owner a tube of 2021 brilliant uncirculated Eagles, a tube unopened. And that was kind of like a present to him because he's never going to no one's ever going to sell him a tube of unopened 2021 Eagles. He's never going to get that coming in, right? He might get a couple raw coins that have not even been put in a capsule. So that was my way of kind of saying, like, here you go. Like, here's a fresh tube of, and that was right when the 2021 Eagles came out. I was like, here's a fresh tube, and he obviously, he didn't come across any of those yet. And that's simply because most of the silver he gets is going to be, junk silver, people that, maybe some serious stackers, but it's most of the time used or in coin flips or just with their bare hands. You're never going to see any type of coins like you would buy on AppMex at your local coin shop, but I guess that does depend on the coin shop. I mean, they'll have slabbed coins, but that's another tricky market. That's a whole different video. But yeah, you just got to be careful, be aware, think rationally. Don't impulsively make decisions when you're there. You try to have a game plan, because when you're on the spot, you might make some silly decisions, especially if you're pressured, if you have someone pressured in front of you, or you're just not thinking properly. And when you see all that silver in front of you that you're addicted with, you might make some silly decisions. You leave the place and you're like, man, what did I just do? I spent way too much money, right? So anyways, yeah, I hope this video helped you. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you think about this. I would love to hear your input, your insight. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. Happy New Year. Let's start the year off with a banger. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.